I did not expect to tear up from a children's movie, and here's why. This is something all of us forget too often. Basically, I just finished watching Puss in Boots: The Last Wish. My sister said she teared up while watching this, so I was like, wow, there must be a really sad part. But the part I teared up at was after the characters decided to rip up the ability to make a wish upon a star, after they gave up their chance to make a wish and make their life better, Puss in Boots tells them, I don't need to wish for anything. All I need is this one life to spend with you. And that got me teared up because it struck a chord with me in that while we are searching for self-improvement and trying to hustle, succeed more, get ahead and compete, make more money, get more awards, buy a bigger house, whatever that may be, oftentimes we forget about what's already in front of us and the things that really make a successful life. Success is completely subjective. It's all up to what you want and what will make you happy. But the key is happy and to live a fulfilled life. I know, and I've seen many instances of, celebrities. They have all the money in the world. They have huge mansions. They have millions of fans, but they might still be struggling mentally. They perhaps don't have a family. It's even hard for them to have normal, loving relationships. On the spot, I wanted to tell you about this side, this perspective of living the best life we can, because that's what the goal is at the end of the day. Even though a lot of my videos are talking about the kind of mindsets we have to have more stereotypical success, while those are still important because we have to make money and have to provide for ourselves, we also need to take a step back and being like, am I forfeiting that for other things that matter more? So when I say to use time efficiently, I will never recommend that you ignore your loved ones or you skip out on a family dinner to work when you don't absolutely need to work. When we want to use our time efficiently, it's about cutting out the things that are less important, not the things that are actually more important. There was this really great James Clear quote from one of his newsletters. James Clear is the author of Atomic Habits. And he says that you should never make your lifestyle worse for more pay. Something like that. Where you might be having less health, having less time with loved ones, but greater pay. And that sounds so obvious almost, like we should prioritize love and family and health. But we're sacrificing those all the time. We're literally sacrificing the important things all the time. And I think it's really hard to remember that in this hustle culture that we live in, including for myself, because I really try hard to maintain this level of gratitude for the things I have. Like I said in my other videos, I think my internal gratitude is why I can achieve more. But at the same time, I realized that in the pursuit of earning more money so I can retire my parents or treat them to the things they deserve, I am disregarding the time and happiness that I can enjoy with them now. Perhaps I don't call them every week like I said I would. While I'm still grateful for them, I'm not actively in this present moment showing them the love. I keep thinking, oh, I have to make more money, I have to make them prouder, so then they will live an amazing life in the future. But what will really make them happy is just to talk to their daughter, right? When I went back to China earlier this year, it was such a detox, not just from social media, but from this hustle culture, because I was spending time with my grandparents, and my grandpa is not in good health right now. And I would just speak with him for hours, so absorbed in that moment and appreciating it, appreciating this time we have. When I got back to New York, I felt this sadness and emptiness by no longer having my family with me and not being super back in the grind zone. But now, after a few weeks, I can feel myself getting back into constantly thinking about work, constantly thinking about the things I need to do to create more comfort for our family or to help more people online. And that is absorbing my mind more than perhaps Sean is on my mind. Like the other day, I was supposed to pick something up for him and I completely forgot. And I'm so ashamed and sad about that, because it's not that because I forgot it, but it's because that is evidence that I have been prioritizing my stuff and my work, my hustle over someone I love. Not only do we need to keep the gratitude that I say we should keep, but we need to be actively showing it as well, because otherwise something might happen and then you won't get that chance again. Having this one life means maximizing all the things that are important to us. So while you can work on self-development, just like I work on self-development, while you can still use the advice in my other videos about how to get farther in life, we need to remember that that's only part of what makes a good life. We still, of course, have to have a job. We have to have a career. We have to work hard in school. We have to do these things that are solo, that are building ourselves up and our human capital. But we also have to look at the other part of the equation, which also actually prevents burnout. Simultaneously, all the time that we have available in front of us needs to be allocated to that and appreciating our loved ones actively. On YouTube today, just 5 minutes before I started the movie, I saw a course for teenagers on how to earn money and do self-development. I hated that because as a teenager, I didn't think about that self-development stuff. That stuff was not as prevalent as it is now. Hustle culture was not a thing, even though I worked hard in school. Because if it was and I was absorbed in social media so much, thinking about how to make money day after day, thinking about how to get more clout in front of other people, then I would not have spent as much quality time with my parents. Not only that, but my mind would not be as present at family dinners. I would not be what I should be like as a teenager before you leave your parents and go off to college. Kids are trying to grow up too fast these days, I feel like, where teenagers feel the pressure to earn money so they can retire their parents. Like, no, please, as a teenager, please enjoy your life. And enjoying your life means not on a screen. Go live your life, go to school, and you can try and earn some money on the side, but don't put the pressure on yourselves. I think that's so silly. You have no idea what you want to do with your life, so try new things, but don't put the pressure and the whole weight of the world on your shoulders. It's honestly very nice being a teenager and still living under your parents' roof. Each time period in your life is meant for different things. As a teenager, you need to make friends, learn how to become a kinder person, learn how to time manage and be more efficient and effective at things such that you can carry that into your adult life. That's the time when you need to focus more on school. Even though creating a business and earning money on YouTube seems glamorous, but the probability of that success is still very small compared to the probability of success from going to college and getting a high-paying job in something relatively stable like engineering. If you do want to build a successful future business in the future, you need some patience. I have trouble with this too. I'm pretty impatient. I'm like, I want results. I want to see the progress so I can keep going. Even if I believe in it, it's still really nice to see the results. But if you study the successful people out there, you'll be amazed to see that their businesses took years in the making. Like Blogilates, Cassie Ho with her huge clothing company now, she started as a Pilates instructor, making little money for several years, then made YouTube videos. And after being an instructor for many years and gaining that expertise, was she able to create a successful YouTube channel and then eventually make her fashion business. Even to make her fashion business, she struggled for many years, went to fashion school to get the skills. So you cannot just expect to be an asset and provide value to society without you having some internal value first. And you need to build that with time. Sometimes it really takes time. Like my channel is a lot about self-development and studying, but how did I get those skills? By time and trial and error myself. I had to build that human capital by graduating high school without pursuing a side hustle. And I had to go to Caltech and graduate in chemical engineering so then I can now be credible. I don't think it's very realistic for every student out there to be like, I have to have a side hustle while I'm a teenager. No, go learn a sport, go play an instrument. Just don't take the things too seriously. Be finding your passions, because when you're an older adult, you'll realize that you wish you spent more time on the things you enjoyed. But even as an adult, you should think, I need time for hobbies and not turn every hobby into a side hustle. I struggle with this all the time too. I need to remember what my younger self loved to do and do that more. So that's why even when I'm cooking nowadays, I'm constantly singing at the top of my lungs. These are things that make a life great and happy. So watching the children's movie was really eye-opening because the characters were fighting so hard to make a wish on a wishing star when they realized everything they needed is right there. So I worry that for a lot of people, including myself, which is why I have to keep reminding myself this, we will spend our lives chasing something else, forgetting the better thing that we already had. Just really wanted to give this reminder to go and love your loved ones. Say, I love you more. Hug your loved ones more. Hang out with your friends more. The ones with good influence. And remember not to always be chasing the urgent tasks. Consider what are the important and perhaps not so urgent things you need to do, like taking care of your health, being with people who matter, because you'll realize that those things aren't always going to be there. Much love. It was a good movie. I recommend everyone to watch it, but not everyone might feel it so deeply like I did. It was so crazy. I was just like, oh, so moving.